preserve the culture for you?
Yeah, we don't want to lose track.
Okay.
Our culture is our way.
Mm.
Is that's how we lived. We don't want to lose track, and that's why they keep it that way.
Mm.
Yeah, we don't want to lose track.
Hey, how you doing, man? This is Charles again, and I'm with Abdel Aziz in Ghana, in Accra, and we are in his shop, in his family shop,
Yeah, sure.
and we've been doing something together. He took all
Sure.
my money for for some time, and
Sure.
but you guys have so many amazing things. Can you tell me how did you
Yeah,
start
yeah,
the
yeah.
store?
I grew up, seeing my uncle doing this business. I saw my grandfather with him. That's where what I started seeing with my grandfather. They were, bringing a lot of these African arts that they have in the house, and we don't understand when we were growing up. We didn't understand what was going on until we grew up to know that it was a business. It was a fully grown business, like exporting African arts, African culture. We wanted to get it all over, show how rich we are in culture. So whenever my grandfather goes around the countries, he get the things. He goes around African countries, goes around many African countries like Ghana. In Ghana, he saw Ghana to get some of the things. He goes to Nigeria, goes to Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Mali, you know, Burkina Faso. Oh, most of the African countries, he goes around to get all of these art, art pieces. Gets them in households. They
Okay.
use them. They are actually things that they were using. There are some of the masses that we have. They wear it for the ceremonial purposes,
Do you have
and
one
they
that you
made.
can show me, for
Yeah,
example?
sure. Like this one, you can
This
see.
here?
Yeah, this
Okay.
one. You can see most of the masses that have the eyes that you can put so that you can see through
Okay.
is the ones that they used.
Okay.
But you can see others who, although it's a mask, but you wear it and you can't see through.
Okay.
They did that one so that they'll use that for remembering purposes. So that ones they sometimes hang them in the room in case you are growing up, you don't lose track of what they were doing. Yeah, because some of the time, because of the ceremonial ones that they were using, because they use it most of the time, sometimes they can be having some cracks and all those things, and they want to keep it intact. So they'll be doing others too that will be just in the room and not on the field of the
Okay.
play. So they have this. So you can see some of the masks. They will tell you it's a mask, and you'll be wondering how can they wear it. We have one mask that is there is it's very lean like that. It's very like this. It's straight
Very
like this.
long.
It's
Okay.
from Mali.
Okay.
Very straight like this. So if I tell you that one is a mask, you'll be thinking, how can they use? Because your face can't enter it.
Yeah.
It's just something like this, straight like that. So they make that
It's
some
like a
that way.
picture.
Yeah, yeah. Even with the doors, we have some too like that.
Okay.
They have the doors that they actually used it for some purposes. They have doors that are from some special room that they used. Some doors too, they made it not only for special room, but because of the belief they have on what they do on it.
Okay.
Like this one you are seeing, this one is a door from Ghana, the northern part of Ghana, Paga. This
Let me
door
put that here for you.
is from the northern part of Ghana, and this as you can see is the crocodiles,
Okay.
the Paga. This is just um, showing you a scenario of what goes on at the Paga River.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the crocodiles, and this is a chicken.
Okay.
Before you climb, you are able to sit on the crocodile for it to take you around the river. They give it a chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one is just showing you what they do all these things to keep track,
Okay.
so that we don't lose track of the culture and the rich culture and everything that is happening there.
Why is it important to preserve the culture for you?
Yeah, we don't want to lose track.
Okay.
Our culture is our way.
Mm.
Is that's how we lived, and we don't want to lose track, and that's why they keep it that way.
Mm.
Yeah, we don't want to lose track.
And how can people that we say I'm a Bruni, you
Yeah.
see? When you say
That's my
I'm
traits,
white,
yeah.
so people
Yeah.
say I'm white, you see? But I've been living here, so he knows
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
like
sure.
you cannot tell me stories. But the question is, how can you communicate this history to people to the widest number of people? Do you do videos? Do you
Yeah.
communicate? Do you teach? Because that was the griot we're doing in Mali, for
But,
example.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we as the only way we communicate these pieces that we have to people is when we get them to come around wanting to buy. Before they buy, we try to explain to them what they are buying. Most people will also ask you, and you should be able to give them the the history behind it.
Mm,
You don't want to just carry anything to
mm,
the house.
okay.
No, you have to know what you're carrying. If it has a bad history or something, most of the people they are very careful with that. So
Yeah.
they ask you what's the history behind this.
Mm,
Before you can just don't carry anything and just go and place it in the house.
that's true.
Yeah. So they try to ask you. Then that's when we also give them the history behind them.
Okay.
And that unfortunately we don't do much by maybe that's when the beginning I told you we don't have the platform, but I'm thinking I'll do it maybe after this thing.
Yeah,
We
we
have
need to
like
do
a
that more
social
often.
media so that we can just be putting our stuff and sometimes some videos to explain some of the things.
The African culture is abundant, and people don't really see it this way.
Yeah.
And I want to, if I wanted to buy something that would represent abundance, what would you recommend?
When the person wants to purchase the thing, you show him this thing, this the history behind it. So in the history, you know that this what it carries, this what it carries.
Mm,
It carries the positive energy. It carries the whatever. Like this door you are seeing here.
yeah,
This door here
yeah,
is a door with fish on it.
yeah.
So that's the door from Cape Coast,
Okay.
and we believe the fishes represent good luck. So when you want something like for good luck, this one of the things and we
Okay.
have the Equiaba door too. We call it the fertility door. Is very common in the art this world,
I haven't seen that. Can you
Yeah,
show me one?
yeah, we have some in there. So like this is the Equiaba door. As you can see here, we call it the fertility door also. It goes a long way to tell the history of a woman in the Ashanti fraternity that was longing for a baby. She
Mm,
was barren for some time, longing for a baby, and she had a dream. In the dream, she had to carry this at her back like that,
mm.
like the way we the African parents,
Real
the African
babies.
parents, they
Yeah.
carry the baby. So she had to get something like this. She saw it clearly, and when she woke up, she went to the sculptor
Okay.
to carve exactly what she saw. She showed him, I saw something like do it like this, do it like. After he carved it, then she started carrying it in the village. She carried it behind her like that.
Okay.
She tied the rope,
Okay.
you know. So, and when she was doing that, the people in the villages they were like, "This man is crazy. This
Mm.
woman is crazy." But she said she saw what she saw,
And she
and
believed it.
she believed it. That when she carried it, she will get she'll get to become a pregnant woman one
Okay.
day. She was having the high hope because of what she saw in the
Okay.
dream. So she was carrying it, people were saying, oh, this woman. So even when you are going somewhere, they tell, okay, if you reach to that crazy woman's house and you pass here, they were just every time they call her the crazy woman, but she knew what she was doing
Okay.
until the day she became pregnant. Before
Mm.
they knew that they saw the seriousness in what she was doing.
Okay.
So this one it represents fertility.
Okay.
So when you want something like fertility, this one is good to be around in
Okay.
the room or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's around. And the Nigerians too have this one too. It's something like this that we have. This one they call it Ibeji.
Okay.
Although this one it represents there are two. It's a man and woman.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the woman is not here. So it represents also fertility, but for twins.
Mm.
It was a woman that was in Nigeria, the Yoruba side. She
Mm.
was also longing for baby, and she was directed, by the fetish priest to do some couple of things, and she was before her first baby that would come was twins,
Mm.
and then in Nigeria side they call it Ibeji,
Mm.
and she was the first woman to give birth to twins in Nigeria
Oh
that time.
wow. Okay.
Even though she was married for a long time,
Mm.
but after the directing from the chief priest, she gave birth to twins.
Okay.
So that goes a long way to show you what the African cultures hold.
Oh, I see a nice. Is it a lion there or a
Which
panther?
one? Which one?
The small one you see in brass.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay. Oh
yeah, yeah.
wow.
This one is actually treasure, something like that. They can put chain, you know.
Okay.
It's
So what is the story behind that?
I don't know too much about this,
Okay.
but I know is they hide their jewelries
The
inside,
thing
you
inside.
know, and they put it down. So you see it like this, you just think it's just like that.
If you could give an advice to foreigners that come and want to negotiate the
Yeah.
price, how do you feel about that? What do you think?
There's this there this there's this thing that is going on, you know, because they say it's not that they say it is happening, but it's not always true. That we the blacks, whenever we see the whites, we double the prices. So when you mention the price to a customer, when he comes around and you mention the price, then he feels like you've already doubled the price. So to negotiate with you or to bargain with you, he also cut the price in half
Mm.
because of that, you know, whatever. Yeah,
Mentality.
they've had it a long time, and not only had it, they've experienced it too.
Mm.
Some of us do it to them.
Mm.
Some of us do it to them. So it made them wherever they go, they have that mentality that if I mention 100 cedi, they want to give you 50 cedi.
Mm.
That's what they believe, but it's not true. It's
Mm.
not always true. And sometimes you might mention the price and you see it as outrageous, but it's not that we made it up or something. If we say we will calculate every expenses that we do before getting them to our place,
Mm.
we can't sell it.
Yeah.
So
And
we
you need to
don't
live as well on that.
so we sometimes try to make it reasonable with
Mm.
the customers to get it, you know, a nice price. Because you get you before getting it, you go to the household. Some of the people they don't like to they don't they're not willing to give it out. They feel like this is our culture too. We
This is
want to
the
keep it.
family. This
Yeah,
is
it's a
the
family something.
picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they don't want to lose it. But some too, although they want to give it out, they also need something in return. You just can't go and take it.
Mm.
Yeah, so you do barter trading sometimes with them, and sometimes you go a long way because it's something they cherish so much. They go a long way to ask you some amount, some price that
It's
you just
important.
is very. But since you are also in need of it, you try to talk to them to come into a nice price to get them. So after getting them, the cost of bringing them to wherever it is to here
Mm.
is another thing. Um, Importation fee and all those, you know, you
Mm.
get to the barrier, you have to pay some small fees.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
All
a lot.
those. If we say we ship it to, it's another trouble.
Mm.
So all this, if we say we add all this before selling them, we can't.
Mm.
So sometimes I just advise the expatriates to sometimes, you know, bear with us and understand us. I know the you can go somewhere, maybe like this big museums. That one you can't bargain, I know, but you should at least see from our point of view too, from what we do, like how we get them here, the struggles and everything there to get it to them.
What you're offering has history.
Yeah,
It
sure.
doesn't. It's not something that comes from. It hasn't
No,
been
no.
carved.
Yeah.
This thing here, for example, you can tell it hasn't been carved
No.
like yesterday.
Yesterday
You
or something.
see,
No.
the wood that
Very
is being
old. Yeah.
used, it has a history, and
Yeah.
that was a celebration,
Yeah.
and people were dancing. You see, but yeah. So some people bargain on the newer things, but
Yeah.
you are offering something that they cannot
They can.
find
Yeah.
anywhere.
Anywhere. You know, and there's this thing too, is because some of our colleague sellers of
Mm.
the African pieces, some of them are getting theirs, you know, newly done.
Mm.
When they come around, when the customers come around, I mean the expatriates, when they come around, they see they see it and they feel like maybe they went there, they went to see someone that maybe had his own newly carved, and he give a certain price, and you want to buy these old ones
And
with the
this
same
same
price, and
price.
there will be a
Okay.
problem here.
Okay.
So you have to
That's true. To
understand
work
that
with it.
they vary. The old ones are treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old ones are treasure.
So,
So
Abdel Aziz,
yeah,
thank you so much for that.
thank
It's a
you too.
pleasure.
Thank you for
And
coming around.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm here with you,
sure.
and I want you to be successful.
Thank you so
You
much.
do a lot of work